I recently did an oil transfer for the first time, so I'm gonna share with you how I did it. I have been working on very small canvases. I think it would drive me crazy to try this technique on like a big canvas where it's just easier to draw it on. With this technique, you're gonna want to use an earth color because it dries faster. I use burnt umber. You're gonna want to get a nice big brush that you can be very heavy-handed with. And on a piece of parchment paper, you're gonna rub the paint in very thinly across the whole surface. I realized it's best to tape the parchment paper down and ended up resorting to duct tape to just stick it to the table. You can actually use a rag instead of a brush for this. I don't know if the word is burnishing, but you're gonna want to keep rubbing that paint so it goes over the back surface anywhere where the drawing is gonna be. I'm using a separate piece of parchment paper, but some people do this directly on the back of their drawing that they want to transfer. Then you put that parchment paper paint side down onto the canvas or panel. Careful not to press it anywhere into the surface so you leave any marks. Again, you're probably going to want to tape it in place. Then you put your drawing on top right side up and start tracing over it in pencil, or the best thing you could use is a blue or red ballpoint pen. I used my maul stick, which is something the oil painters used to lean on, so that I didn't touch my hand down on the surface, because anywhere you press, you're going to leave a mark. I would never normally put this much detail in an underdrawing. For me, it's all about the overall shapes, and then I use the paint to kind of draw in more detail. But this is a rare case with the pattern in the background, but I was thankful that I did all the hard work in the drawing stage so that I could just go in with a little brush and do it bit by bit. So once you're done, you want to take off the tape on one side and just check that it worked okay. I'd already done a toned ground on this panel with burnt sienna, and you can see that the transfer worked pretty well on top. I had left a couple gaps, but I just sketched them in rather than put the parchment paper back on. After that, I just left it to touch dry and then got started with paint. I actually did this oil transfer a while ago. I wanted to wait till the collectors had seen the finished painting before I shared it. I did this painting for my friends who got married, and I thought it was funny to do like a traditional couples painting, like some formal merchant couple in the Uffizi gallery. And of course their dog Smiley is included.
I like Smiley.